All right, let's try and get our heads around this. 1 billion hours of YouTube watched every single day.
It's almost unbelievable when you say it like that.
Right, but then here's the kicker. Every hour, 500 hours of new video gets uploaded. How do you even get seen in that?
Exactly. It's not just the watching, it's the creating. The sheer volume is immense. It really highlights the challenge, doesn't it? What actually grabs attention.
And that's what we're diving into today. We're looking at, the most popular, the trending YouTube videos in 2025. We've gone through a bunch of recent reports, analyses.
Yeah, trying to piece together what's really clicking with audiences now. We looked at articles on video types, what people are searching for, even like broader cultural stuff happening on the platform.
So the mission is basically to pull out the useful bits, those insights, maybe some surprising facts about what's driving views. Whether you're making videos, marketing things, or just, curious about YouTube, this should give you some clarity.
Okay, so where do we kick off?
Well, it makes sense to start with the big hitters, right? The types of videos people consistently watch.
Right. And, okay, music videos are always massive, we know that.
Yeah.
But beyond music, it seems like educational value is huge.
Tutorials, how-to stuff. This
Right.
came up again and again. Makes sense, doesn't it? You need an answer, you often go straight to YouTube.
Precisely. That need to learn, to figure things out, it's fundamental. Think about those tasty recipe videos. Super popular.
Oh, yeah, short, visual, step-by-step, easy.
Exactly. Or like Notion. They have loads of little videos on specific features. If you need to learn one thing, boom, there it is.
So helpful, gets you the knowledge fast, lets you actually do the thing. That's what you, the listener, often want, right? Quick, useful info.
And it's not just like work skills. It's everyday life stuff too. That immediate usefulness is key.
Okay, but it's not all about learning practical skills, is it? We saw a lot about authenticity, connection.
Oh, absolutely. In a world that feels, well, very polished online sometimes, people seem to crave realness. Like Ask Me Anything videos, AMAs.
Right, like that Todoist example.
Oh.
Getting an expert to just answer questions feels more like a conversation.
It does. It breaks down that wall. And it's not just live stuff either. Mini vlogs on Shorts.
Yeah, those quick glimpses into someone's day, very raw sometimes.
Relatable, right. It builds that connection. Feels like you know the person a bit.
Totally. And brands are doing it too, aren't they? Behind the scenes, meet the team, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's about humanizing the brand. Showing the people behind the logo. Builds trust. Makes them seem, well, more approachable. Which you probably appreciate, seeing different sides of things.
Okay, talking about Shorts, we can't not talk about Shorts. It's just huge.
Phenomenal is the word. What was the number? Over 1.5 billion users interacting with Shorts. It's a massive shift in consumption. Quick, instant gratification.
And the trends there are all over the place. We saw for May 2025, obviously Mr. Beast challenges are huge.
Always. But also like quick self-improvement tips, fitness hacks, things you can watch in like 60 seconds.
Short recipes, life hacks, definitely pet videos.
Always prep videos. Travel clips, little motivational boosts, quick tech reviews too. It's incredibly varied.
And specific formats are big on Shorts too, those mini vlogs again. Food challenges seem popular.
Quick DIYs, dance challenges, obviously, those never go away. Pet tricks.
And transformation videos.
Yeah.
Makeup, room makeovers, fitness progress. That quick visual payoff really works.
It really does. And, it's interesting why we might be seeing such a surge on YouTube Shorts specifically.
You mean the TikTok situation?
Yeah, with the uncertainty there, especially in the US, it looks like a lot of creators are maybe hedging their bets, cross-posting to Shorts.
Makes sense. Kind of a strategic backup on a more established platform.
YouTube's definitely positioning itself to catch that wave.
Okay, moving on slightly. What about those classic formats? Lists and reviews. Still popular.
Oh yeah, listicle videos, top 5 this, 10 best that. They're just so easy to scan and digest. People like that ordered information.
And product reviews. I saw a stat, something like 69% of people prefer video over text to learn about a product.
That sounds right. It's huge. Seeing something in action, hearing someone talk about it, it builds social proof. Video testimonials are powerful for that.
It's trust again, isn't it? Seeing a real person's experience.
Absolutely. Which leads us back to educational content, because providing value builds that trust.
Right, establishing yourself as knowledgeable by giving away useful info for free. And apparently, 96% of buyers watch explainer videos. That's almost everyone.
It really highlights how crucial video is in that decision-making process now.
And the good news, maybe for you listening, is that creating these doesn't have to be some massive Hollywood production anymore.
Definitely not. There are tons of tools, templates. It's getting much more accessible, lowers the barrier to entry.
Okay, let's talk searches. What are people actually typing into YouTube? Music videos, still number one.
Consistently. Yeah, universal appeal, YouTube's the go-to place.
But right behind that, how-tos and tutorials again. And gaming,
Yeah.
still massive drivers of search.
They really are. And then you've got the broader categories getting lots of searches. Beauty and fashion, health and fitness, news, entertainment, pop culture. Covers a lot of ground.
What about the really new trending searches? The May 2025 list had some interesting ones. Blocks fruits.
Yeah, that's a game on Roblox. Shows how interconnected those platforms are. Huge interest there.
Mr. Beast, obviously. But YouTube Shorts itself is trending. People searching for the format.
Seems like it. People wanting to understand it, maybe how to make them, what works. Shows it's still gaining momentum and mindshare.
ChatGPT for YouTube was interesting too, using AI for summaries.
Yeah, finding ways to use AI to navigate content more efficiently, that's definitely a growing thing.
Then there was VTubers.
Virtual YouTubers using avatars. Still growing.
And faceless YouTube channel. People wanting privacy maybe? Or just focusing on the content, not their face.
Could be either. And video captions that points to accessibility being more important, which is great.
Virtual court.
Right.
Reflecting remote stuff still happening.
Probably. And UGC marketing, user-generated content. Brands realizing how powerful customer videos and posts can be.
So those search trends give a real snapshot of what's bubbling up right now.
Absolutely. Real-time clues about where things are heading.
Now, a slightly different angle. One source mentions social fatigue and like a rise in nostalgia online.
Yeah, it suggests maybe people are getting a bit overwhelmed by the big public platforms. Looking for something, I don't know, simpler, more authentic.
And that links to private communities, right? Like on Discord or Facebook groups. People seeking deeper connections there.
Exactly. Moving away from the huge public square into smaller, more focused groups. A sense of belonging, maybe?
Interesting. And we have to touch on AI's role in actually making the content. It's moving fast.
Really fast. Like Instagram's Movie Gen,
Yeah.
using text prompts to edit video. That could be a game changer for accessibility.
Making it easier for anyone to create decent video. And AI for translation, AI avatars.
Yeah, imagine breaking down language barriers that easily. Connecting globally. Huge potential there.
Okay, finally, let's bring it right down to the local level. Because it's not all global trends. The City of Tacoma channel was a cool example.
Right, with their Tacoma report.
Yeah.
Shows that hyperlocal content definitely has an audience and provides real value.
Yeah, they were covering things like Relay for Life's anniversary, new EV chargers, community events like Refuge Day, a reuse program, stuff that matters in Tacoma.
Exactly. Using YouTube for local news, community building, it's vital in that way too.
And they had that great story about Riley Page, the first female lead announcer in AAA baseball. Just shows the diversity of stories you find.
Definitely. It's not just about viral hits. It's about local stories, human interest, community connection too.
So wrapping this up, YouTube in 2025 feels like this really complex mix, doesn't it? You've got the reliable educational stuff, the explosion of shorts, this push for authenticity.
And it's all being shaped by viewer behavior on one hand and technology like AI on the other, constantly shifting.
Understanding these trends, hopefully, gives you a bit of a map to navigate it all. Whether you're creating, marketing, or just watching, gives you some ideas, maybe.
Yeah, it's about being informed about the culture of video right now.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. Given how fast everything changes, what's next? What totally new video format or trend might pop up later in 2025 that we haven't even thought about?
Right. How will things shift again in terms of how we learn or connect or just get entertained online?
Something to keep an eye on. What didn't we cover today that might be the next big thing? The landscape keeps changing.